You ever see how on social media or on the news they have all these like white nationalist marches and they're doing all these protests and they got their mask on and what have you? You've been seeing this, right?
Yeah. My fault.
I'm gonna have to have that Aisha conversation with you. But
No, I figured I
no,
shook my head, but I guess you needed
yeah,
a
I'm messing
verbal.
with you. So what I'm wondering now though is like, where's the other side? Like you don't see like black nationalists protests, you don't see black men marching. The only thing I've seen even close to that, and shout out to the Hebrew Israelites, because I be getting at them hella foul, but shout out to them. They're the only group of black people that I think they have Latinos as well, but they're the only group of mostly black people that actually organize and show up with a strong presence, which would allow us to combat that. Because what people we think is trendy to have anti-black content, it's not trendy. They're organizing. Like they got all these people organized. And so if you think the police are going to support you, the police are going to support you just as much as ICE support the Latinos. So the question is like, how much are we organized on ground? And why haven't we been seeing it beyond the Hebrew Israelites and the saints? I yield the floor to you.
Well, I will argue that, to be fair, I will argue that Black Lives Matter took a lot of the air out ourselves.
Okay, I'm
One,
listening.
so if you think about how the movement started, there was a lot of support behind it. But
A lot of
then
money.
a lot of the grassroots members of Black Lives Matter mysteriously started showing up unalived, and then they took the teeth out of the movement because you build a movement on the bodies of black men, and then you pivot the movement to represent everything but black men. So you lost the grassroots of it. Then you pivoted, you collected all the money, and then come to find out there may have been some nefarious things going on with the money. So
Oh, every
I
time.
I believe that when it comes, like, that was a huge setback for us,
Mhm.
where it took a lot of the wind out of the sail, because that's a lot of us hitched our ride to Black Lives Matter, like hitched our cars
Bro,
to Black Lives Matter. And,
yeah, I wasn't one of them, but go
and
ahead.
but no, I'm just saying, socially, that's where you seen most of our social capital pumping
Yeah,
itself into.
absolutely. Ball
And
players, yep.
then next thing you know, bam, they find out some bullshit was going on, and now you don't took the wind out of the sails. So now it's
Mm.
not. I would say that was a fever pitch moment. I don't know if I'm using the right word for that. A fever pitch moment, and I think we squandered it.
Mm.
I want to
Okay.
I want to jump in there, like real talk. So that's something that I feel very strong on. The whole Black Lives Matter movement was perverted, right? You know what I mean? They really stole it, just like they did the civil rights movement.
Yeah,
So Black
hijacked.
Lives, yeah, Black Lives Matter was literally a rallying cry, right? It was about what it means, telling people that our lives matter. But when they decided to make it a for-profit situation, that
LGBT.
destroyed. Yeah, you know, the same way they did civil rights. You know what I'm saying? They took the feminism, jumped into it, then the LGBT jumped into it, and then they hijacked it for their own purposes. That's what really destroyed the whole Black Lives Matter movement. I literally was out there during 2020 when we all had on masks and this, that, and the other on my bicycle, like riding with the
Damn.
crowds during that time frame. You dig what I'm saying? But it changed. You did, and it changed for the worse. When you start hearing people literally stealing millions of dollars donated, I didn't even know where these dollars were supposed to go when they were donated. You dig what I'm saying? But they
Mm.
were able
Yeah.
to convert
No
it.
plan.
They were able to change it, and then now it's mocking it. Now we can't have anything worth
Mm.
talking about because they've already perverted it. We can't say
Mm.
Black Lives Matter because now all they want to do is turn it into, well, they stole all this money. No, the people that you let make this an organization stole this money. Black
Mhm.
Lives Matter meant something. It was a rallying cry. It was telling those that treat us as if we don't matter that we do. And that was the problem. When they changed that, that really set us back. And anytime that they can infiltrate, That's literally like COINTELPRO, right?
as,
How can we destroy what they're doing from the inside? And that's exactly what they did.
as a
You know what
matter
I'm
of
saying?
fact,
Go ahead,
I
bro.
don't mean to cut you off. As a matter of fact, Saint, even in the language on their page, the language changed where they prioritized everybody but black men. We were the last on the list as
Mm,
far as what they cared about. And then I believe
mhm.
it was even to the point where they even stopped letting black men hold positions of leadership within Black Lives Matter. Even though
Damn.
the movement was built on our backs, on the backs of dead black men, they were like, yeah, this is they
Mm,
made it to where only you had to be LGBT, woman,
Yep.
female,
Yep.
or I forgot what other group they threw in there, but they
It
would not
was
let.
it was it was gays and women. You know what I'm saying? Those are the only ones because they obviously knew they were not. Say take it how you want. They were not strong enough to stand up for what it really meant. Right? They
mm.
were able
Right.
to be
Right.
compromised, if you will. You dig what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So yeah, that's
Hmm.
exactly what they did, bro.
And that was
Hey,
that.
Sweeney, check this out though. So, do you see though how the unruly, if we accept the black female being unruly, it naturally leads her, that feminism naturally leads her into LGBTQ. Natural, it leads so smoothly into LGBTQ. Like, here's the mathematics on it. The dating apps provide the best data on desirability. So the black man has mobility. Bro could pretty much go get what he want on the dating marketplace. The least mobile is the black female. So once we say, "Oh, girl, that attitude is crazy," you're gonna be like, "I ain't gonna ask you how you are, and you gonna turn up, nigga." You ask me how? Like, nah, I ain't even fooling with it. Bring Becky over here. Bring Consuela over here. Bring Ming Lao over here. Right? So we dip, gone. Being that the black woman basically only has the black man as a choice, and they talk about divesting, the data doesn't indicate that it's really happening. So then who's the next choice? Each other. Each other. Lesbianism, which also controls our population because we're not going to be procreating, and it creates broken families, which we're already suffering. And so to see Black Lives Matter as essentially an LGBTQ organization, black lesbians lead it, that shouldn't surprise us at all. You know how many lesbians got 4-5 kids? You're like, how are you a lesbian? You got 4-5 kids. It shouldn't surprise us at all. I yield the
Well,
floor.
technically, it was a black lesbian that came up with the hashtag, but like they actually
Was
did.
it?
Yeah, they did.
No,
She did start the organization and was the
the
first.
but remember what I said, Sweeney. The organization, bro.
No,
It
no,
was
yeah,
a
fact.
rap. It was a
Yeah,
rallying cry beforehand
yeah,
until
yeah, yeah,
somebody decided to monetize it and make it
Mhm.
a organization. It's not
yeah.
a, for me when I was on that train, bro. It wasn't about organization. It was about the fact that hey, nigga, Black Lives Matter, bro. Stop treating us like they don't. That was my issue, and that's what we were yelling in the streets. That's what we were feeling. And when they decided to make it a organization, that's when it was perverted.
Well,
That's when they could
Mhm.
control it.
yeah,
You did?
I don't necessarily have issue with formulating organizations because that's typically everybody has an organization that they go to have them go out and lobby for them.
Mm-hmm.
ADOS in itself has an organization. It's called the
Yeah.
ADOS Foundation, ADOS
Mm-hmm.
Advocacy Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike FBA, ADOS is a real grassroots organization where they're trying to elicit real political change. It ain't just the hashtag. It ain't just talking shit. They're actually trying to elicit real political change at a
I get it.
grassroots level. So I would say that didn't necessarily have it was the national representation of Black Lives Matter, the national organization, the one that she started, that was the issue. But she muddied the water because there was plenty of Black Lives Matter grassroots organizations that she never even went into that neighborhood and spoke to. Chicago, she didn't go over there and talk to people in
I
Chicago.
know.
She
Yeah.
didn't go and talk
We
to
were
people
there.
in New York City. She
Yeah.
didn't go and talk to people in St. Louis or Ferguson, Missouri, or those were
That's what
all
I'm saying,
grassroots.
bro. What
Yeah,
they did, that's what I'm saying. They what she did was try to capital. It's basically like, let me go ahead and put a patent on this name, right? Let me go ahead and monetize that. Let me put an LLC on Black Lives Matter, and I can capitalize off of it. So all the idiots that Let me rephrase that. Not
Right.
idiots. All the people that didn't even know that that was a thing, they just wanted to try and do better because they felt guilty, right?
Yeah,
They felt guilty about what's going on. They want to donate to it.
yeah.
She stole all of that. That's
Yep.
what I'm saying, and that's what made it perverted. That's
That,
not what we
that
were
I
out
agree
there
with.
doing.
Yeah,
You know,
that
that's
I
not what we were out there doing. We out there really like, yo, this is a rallying cry. This is us letting you know you can't do these things that you've been doing to us and our people and not bearing the consequences. Our lives matter just as much as anybody else's. That was the thing. And the way that they perverted it really destroyed the movement. And that's what they do every time we get something going. The civil rights movement, it was ours, right? But what did it turn into? You got the gays jumping in it and everybody else. Feminism, gays, and now it does nothing for us. It's not about us. We're the last ones to get um, any kind of benefits from it. We'll never get reparations if that's what we're asking for, right? Because this is what they're going to do. We allow them to come in and pervert anything that we are asking for ourselves because everybody wants to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga, right? They all want to
So
be they all want to feel disenfranchised, right? You know what I'm saying? Until the
you're
actual
actually
disenfranchised are here.
disenfranchised. Yeah,
Yeah. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Also, this ain't the first. You're right. This ain't the first time that happened. That was BLM. That was civil rights movement. That was affirmative action.
Yeah.
All of these things. Like it is what it is. That's just the nature of it. And the question is, how do you avoid that from continuously happening? Who do you put in charge of these things to make it where it makes sense for the people who it was originated for are able to maintain it without the infiltration of any other group that's trying to tag along, right?
Well,
I think I
so
think you have to make your stance known from jump, and you can't be soft about it, right? You know what I'm saying? You have to be like, hey, we're not for this fuck shit. We're not about this. We're not about that. We're about us. You know what I'm saying? We're about the promotion of the black family, the heterosexual black family, if you will. We are here for man and woman be making families and proceeding going forward, right? You can't sit here and be like, oh, everybody's welcome. You can't welcome everybody in your house because if you welcome everybody in your house, then nobody knows who lives there. You dig what I'm saying? They don't know
Yeah,
who lives there if you
I
let
get it.
everybody
It's
go into
making
the
a
crib.
sense because nobody wants to be part of it when it's the struggle. But as soon as there is some type of an organization, it immediately loses integrity because you got people bandwagoning right away. So
also
I get it.
you can't let people buy your movement. The
Mm,
reason
Mm.
she
Mm.
okay. Yeah.
leveraged the social and political capital of
Right.
black people and specifically Black Lives Matter for money, and she exchanged that for money to enrich herself. Well, I ain't gonna say necessarily to enrich herself, but there was some embezzling going on, allegedly. But but ultimately, when it comes to black movements, if you have the wind of black people behind you, and you have the social capital and the political capital of black support, you can't then take that and then go exchange it for the support of the group that does not care and does not represent you, because that's what you wind up with. Is you wind up with a co-opted movement. You have to learn how to weaponize the movement that was built without sacrificing them for some money.
Sweeney, that sounds good, but you remember earlier you were basically talking like we don't have to respect standards or decorum or
I say
hierarchy.
that.
So like that kind of looseness and
I never
slackness,
said that.
I
You
just
ain't hear
couldn't
me
I
say that
couldn't
one time.
imagine you being a part of a movement that wouldn't get infiltrated if everybody could pretty
When did
much
you
do
hear me?
what they want. We accept everything.
When did you hear me say that? I never said that. I
Hey,
said
look,
we're all guilty of the same thing. I never said that it was right or wrong.
That's right.
Uh,
There was no accountability. You were basically suggesting that, hey, because we've committed error, we can't call out that which is wrong. And what you're actually describing in terms of creating an organization that would be hard to infiltrate. Do you know what level of discipline you need to prevent the Federal Bureau of Investigation from infiltrating your organization? Do you are you kidding me?
And look, and not only that,
Not at all.
to piggyback on that, bro, we all have to remember, like, there are not a lot of people that look like us that are in situations where they are privileged, right? All you have to do in order to infiltrate whatever the fuck we got going on is literally offer them something they've never had, right? And that's why COINTELPRO was so successful, right? Because they could get into the most hard-nosed situations where people would literally see their brothers and sisters that they with every day getting beat to a pulp and what have you, and would still, for the betterment of themselves, put them in harm's way or give up what they need to. Hey, snitches get stitches is not a joke. It's real, because people will tell and do whatever they can to put themselves in a better situation. It's what do we do to make sure that those that are behind us are willing to die for that cause? Because if that's on the table, it's hard to negotiate with that. It's a very difficult situation that they've put us in, years and years and years and years of what's the term I'm looking for? You know what I'm saying? I want to go MK Ultra, but like just manipulation. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it's literally the way they've set it up to where they know they can always infiltrate at some point. Somebody's going to be weak enough. Somebody's going to be weak enough to say, you know what? Hell, I'll take that 100,000. Because I mean, look at the way things are right now. The unemployment rate is crazy. People are starving, trying to figure out how
Especially
they're going to
black women getting done dirty.
You dig what I'm saying? So in the event that somebody comes to them and say, look, you know they not doing all this they say they're going to do. You know they bad. You know they not really good people. I'll give you X amount of dollars for you just to give us a little information. Now what you going to do? How do you prevent that from happening? This is years and years of devious behavior that they've been perfecting. How do we change that? You dig what I'm saying? So it's a hard battle, bro. We in a world that, you know what I'm saying, wasn't made for us, and these are the residuals of a world that we built that not only wasn't made for us, but it's still not trying to give us anything for doing so.